What if I told you the moment your child lies for the first time, it's not a moral red flag, but a sign they might be a genius? And what if I told you that science actually proves it? That might sound crazy, but a team of researchers, including Xiaopan Ding, Gail Heyman, and Kang Li, published a fascinating study in the Journal of Experimental Child Psychology that flips our entire understanding of childhood deception on its head. They didn't just have a theory, they designed an experiment to see if the act of learning to lie actually makes kids smarter. The results provide a stunning new roadmap for understanding your child's brain. I'm going to show you the science that proves lying is a developmental milestone and give you a new game plan, based on this research, to handle it without crushing your child's budding genius. Let's be real for a second. You walk into the kitchen. The cookie jar is open, and your kid has chocolate smeared all over their face. You ask the question you already know the answer to. Did you eat a cookie? They look you right in the eye and say, no. In that moment, a massive panic button gets pushed in your brain. You're not just annoyed, you feel betrayed. You start spiraling, thinking, is my kid a bad person? Am I raising a pathological liar? Is this just the start? Our entire culture, from Pinocchio to the boy who cried wolf, has taught us that lying is a catastrophic moral failure. So your gut instinct is to shut it down. Hard. But that gut reaction, while totally normal, misses the incredible developmental story happening inside their brain. Punishing that lie might feel right, but it ignores the fact that you just witnessed a massive cognitive leap. Instead of a moral crisis, you should be seeing a sign of booming intelligence. Here's the secret that flips this whole problem on its head. Lying is a sign of incredible cognitive growth. That moment your kid tells their first real lie isn't just a transgression. It's a developmental milestone. The researchers in this landmark study set out to prove what others had long suspected. A child has to be smart to lie effectively. Their brain has to be firing on all cylinders, performing a mental gymnastics routine that is shockingly complex. Think about what it takes. First, your child has to understand the truth, what actually happened. Second, they have to invent an alternate reality, the lie. Third, and this is the genius part, they have to understand that what is in their head is totally separate from what is in your head. They have to grasp that you don't know what they know. This is a massive cognitive leap called theory of mind. For the first few years of life, toddlers are egocentric. They think everyone knows and sees exactly what they do. It's why a 2-year-old thinks they're hiding by covering their own eyes. If they can't see you, you can't see them. But to tell a lie, a child has to realize they can plant a false belief in your mind. And that's not all. Their brain is also using a powerful set of skills called executive functions. This is the brain's CEO, in charge of things like self-control, planning, and juggling information. When you ask, "Did you draw on the wall?" their first impulse is to blurt out the truth. Lying requires inhibitory control, the mental power to slam on the brakes, stop that impulse, and deliver the lie instead. Then, they need working memory to hold both the truth and the lie in their head at the same time, keeping the story straight. So, a lie isn't just a sign of a broken moral compass. The study we're looking at today provides the first evidence that learning to deceive causally enhances these cognitive skills. It's a workout for the most advanced parts of their brain. So, how did scientists prove that learning to lie actually boosts brain power? This is where the experiment comes in, and it's absolutely brilliant. The researchers wanted to test one specific question. Does teaching a child how to deceive in a game cause improvements in their theory of mind and executive function? Here's the setup. They recruited 42 preschoolers with an average age of about 3.5 years old who didn't yet know how to lie. The kids were split into 2 groups and played a hide-and-seek style game with an adult for 4 days in a row. In the game, a child would hide a treat, like popcorn, in one of their hands, and the adult had to guess which one. If the child tricked the adult, they got to keep the treat. This created 2 different teams. Team 1, the control group. These kids just played the hide-and-seek game with the adult. They weren't given any specific instructions on how to win. Team 2, the deception group. This was the game changer. The children in this group were actively taught a simple trick to deceive the adult. The researchers taught them how to outsmart their opponent to win the game. Before and after the 4 days of gameplay, the scientists measured each child's theory of mind and executive function skills using standardized tests to see if anything had changed. The results of this experiment are something every single parent needs to hear. When the researchers analyzed the data, they found a direct causal link between learning deception and cognitive growth. The kids on Team 1, the control group who just played the game, showed no significant cognitive improvements. Simply playing the game wasn't enough to move the needle. But the kids on Team 2, the ones who were taught how to deceive in the game, showed dramatic improvements in both theory of mind and executive function. With just a few days of instruction, these young children not only learned how to lie to win the game, but also gained immediate and measurable cognitive benefits from doing so. This was the first ever evidence to show that the act of learning to deceive causes a boost in these essential thinking skills. The study proves that when a child learns to outsmart someone, even in a simple game, they are strengthening their ability to take other perspectives, plan, and control their impulses. This suggests that even seemingly negative behaviors can have cognitive benefits when they involve problem solving and mental state tracking. So what do you actually do? You've caught your kid red-handed. Your new science-backed game plan is to see this not as a crisis, but as a sign of cognitive development that you can guide. Tip 1. Reframe your perspective on early lying. The first and most critical step is to reframe how you see that initial lie. Your immediate gut reaction is that panic button we talked about, the feeling of betrayal that makes you want to shut the behavior down instantly. But reacting with anger or disappointment misses the bigger picture. Instead of seeing a moral failure, I want you to see a cognitive victory. That lie is a signal that your child's brain is building sophisticated new pathways. It's like watching a baby take their first wobbly steps. You don't scold them for falling. You celebrate the attempt because you know it's a developmental milestone. This is the cognitive equivalent. By shifting your perspective from "my child is a liar" to "my child's brain is leveling up," you transform your own emotional response. You move from a place of panic to a place of curiosity and guidance. This internal shift is everything. It allows you to stay calm, connect with your child, and address the situation constructively, turning a moment that feels like a crisis into a powerful opportunity to understand and nurture their developing mind. Tip 2. Use strategic games as a cognitive gym. The study's brilliant design gives us a powerful tool: strategic games. The researchers didn't just watch kids lie. They taught them deception in the safe, controlled environment of a game. This is your model. You can turn your living room into a cognitive gym. Games like Go Fish, 2 Truths and a Lie, or even a simple shell game with cups and a small toy, all serve the same purpose as the experiment's hide-a-treat game. They create a space where your child can practice thinking about what another person knows, believes, or sees, without any real-world consequences. The point isn't to train a master manipulator. It's to strengthen the underlying cognitive machinery. Think of it this way. When you play these games, you're providing reps for their brain. Each time they try to trick you or guess your strategy, they are flexing their theory of mind and executive function muscles. Play is the natural language of childhood. And by embedding these cognitive workouts into fun activities, You are harnessing their innate drive for play to accelerate crucial brain development. It's the most effective and engaging way to build a smarter, more socially aware kid. Tip 3. Recognize the theory of mind breakthrough. When your child lies, what you are witnessing is the birth of theory of mind. This isn't just a fancy psychological term. It's the fundamental human ability to understand that other people have minds of their own, with separate thoughts, beliefs, and knowledge. Before this breakthrough, a young child is fundamentally egocentric. They believe that what they see, think, and know is what everyone sees, thinks, and knows. It's why a toddler hides by covering their eyes. In their world, if they can't see you, you must not be able to see them. A lie is the ultimate evidence that this has changed. To tell you with a straight face that they didn't eat the cookie, they must first understand the truth. They did. And then create a false belief in your mind. This is a monumental cognitive leap. So, your job is to become a cognitive detective. Look for these moments. When your child tries to fib, instead of just seeing the transgression, mentally check the box. Theory of mind is online. Recognizing this milestone for what it is, the bedrock of empathy, perspective-taking, and complex social interaction, helps you appreciate the incredible development happening beneath the surface. Tip 4. Actively strengthen their brain's CEO. A lie isn't just about understanding other minds. It's a massive workout for your child's executive functions, the skills managed by the brain's CEO. The study showed that learning to deceive directly boosts these skills, so let's focus on what they are and how to build them. The first is inhibitory control. When you ask your child if they drew on the wall, their instant, truthful impulse is to say yes. To lie, they have to slam on the mental brakes and suppress that impulse. This is the exact same skill they need to stop themselves from grabbing a toy from a friend or yelling when they're frustrated. The second is working memory, the brain's mental sticky note. To maintain a lie, a child has to juggle multiple pieces of information at once: the truth, the false story, and who knows what. This mental juggling act is a powerful exercise. You can use the lie as a diagnostic tool that tells you they are ready to strengthen these skills. Engage them in games like Simon Says or Red Light, Green Light to build inhibitory control. To build working memory, ask them to follow multi-step instructions, like get your blue shoes and put them by the door, or have them help you recall a list of groceries. Tip 5. Separate the skill from the behavior. This is where the science meets the pavement. You understand the cognitive benefits, but you still have a child with chocolate on their face denying they ate a cookie. You cannot let the lie stand, but punishing it harshly can crush the very cleverness you now recognize. The solution is to separate the skill from the behavior. I call this the acknowledge and pivot method. First, acknowledge the cognitive effort. You can say something calm and observational like, "Wow, that's an interesting story. Your brain had to think really hard to come up with an idea that was different from what really happened." This validates the mental gymnastics they just performed without praising the lie itself. It tells them, "I see that you're smart." Then, you pivot immediately to the moral lesson. But in our family, honesty is very important. I feel sad when I'm not told the truth. Let's talk about what really happened. This approach allows you to address the lie and reinforce your family values without shame or fear. You are correcting the behavior while celebrating the brain power, teaching your child that they have a powerful mind and that the best way to use it is with integrity. Tip 6. Model the honesty you want to see. Your child's brain is a supercomputer for social learning, and you are its primary programmer. They learn far more from your actions than your lectures. After you've addressed their lie using the acknowledge and pivot method, the spotlight turns to you. The research is clear. Parental modeling is a huge factor in a child's long-term honesty. One study showed that children of parents who lie frequently are more likely to become liars themselves. And this isn't just about major deceptions. It's the small, everyday, white lies that send the loudest message. Telling your child the playground is closed because you're too tired to go, or fibbing on the phone to get out of a social plan. To a child's developing brain, these instances teach a simple rule. Lying is a normal and acceptable tool for avoiding something inconvenient. To raise a child who values truth, you must model it relentlessly. This means being honest with them, with others, and with yourself. Your goal is to raise a child with both a high-powered cognitive engine and a strong moral compass to steer it. That powerful combination starts with the example you set, proving that honesty is the true sign of strength and intelligence in your family. So if you want more science-backed parenting strategies that actually work, subscribe and hit the notification bell right now. And for my next video, I want to know, what is the most insane, genius, or hilarious lie your kid has ever told you? Comment below because I'm reading all of them.